Hey, what's going on, people? This your boy Wes, and I am here doing a Leo is Reality TV video. And I just came in from doing my driving test thing. Um, yeah, your boy doesn't have a license, and so I've been having to take. I had to take the test to get a feel for driving. So I was doing my practice run thing with the car and making sure that I know how to drive and all of that. I mean, I know how to drive, but I haven't driven in so long that I wanted to go and, make sure that I'm good. So I just got in from doing that, and it was a rainstorm, and it was traffic, and it was, chaotic, but I drove, no problem. I know it's crazy. Y'all like, dang, Wes, you ain't got your license? And I'm like, dang, y'all, I don't. And the reason why I don't have my license is because I haven't needed it. I haven't had a need for a license. I've been everywhere I needed to go. I've made the point to. I've been able to get to where I needed to go without a car. Um, but the only reason why I'm getting a license now is because I want one. And I want a license so that I can get a car, and I want a car very, 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 very badly because there are a lot of places that I have not seen in New York. There are a lot of times where I just want to get up and go, and if I had a car, I would be able to do that. I would be able to get up and go. I would be able to explore New York. I would be able to go to Connecticut whenever I wanted to visit my family and my goddaughter and my best friend. But yeah. So I Leo today by taking the practice test. No, the practicing driving. That's how I Leo today. Um, what do I want to talk about besides that? Hmm. Hang-ups. Hang-ups. Why do people have hang-ups? Why do people cling? Why do people have a hard time getting over? And I can easily ask myself this question because I've been in that situation before, but I've I've conditioned myself to not be the way that I used to be in the past in regards to clinging to people or having hangups or just not getting over. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do that anymore. I don't dwell. I just don't. Like just the other day, a friend of mine had me real aggy. Like I was so aggy. And for those of you that don't know what aggy means, it means aggravated. I was so aggy, and so I had to release my aggravation through a verbal assault upon him. And it was not to the point where I was just like, F this. I wasn't cussing. I just had to let him know how I felt. And, I had to release that energy. And it was different for him because I had never did that. I'd never done that to him before. So he was just like, okay, how do I take this? And I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm hanging up right now. Or I'm going to let you go. I said something like that. And so when I hung up the phone, I was still aggy. But when I got home, I had to think about it. Like, I've been doing this. You think about it, and you're like, okay. You got your point across. You allow the person to know how you felt. Now, what do you do with all that energy? Do you continue to hold on to that negativity, or do you flip it and turn it into a positive? Only due to the fact that you're still cool with this person, you still want to be friends with this person, you still want to vibe with this person, you still want to chill with this person, you still want to talk to this person. So, what's the point of holding all that negative energy that you had a half an hour ago when it's over? It's done. It's done. I can understand if I didn't want to chill with the person anymore, didn't want to hang out with the person anymore, and I was just like, F him, or whatever the case may be. But then again, I still wouldn't dwell, but, maybe in that particular situation, I could understand how somebody would dwell. But in my situation, I was done. So in my mind, I'm like, all right, he's still my boy, so I'm going to call him up. And I called him up to see if he wanted to go to the movies. It caught him off guard because he was just like, yeah, didn't you just cuss me out on the phone? Now you're calling me, asking me if you want to go to the movies. Okay. I'm good, but yeah, I'll talk to you later. And so I called him to let him know, hey, I'm over it. I'm cool, whatever the case may be. But and then when I spoke to him later about the situation, he was just like, I understood why you spazzed out, but at the same time, this is what really happened. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm like, all right, whatever, whatever. I was angry at that particular point. I'm over it now, but I mean, this is what you need. Like, you need to know how you should handle the situation next time. And he was like, I didn't know. He was like, I figured you needed to be alone. You needed your space or whatever the case may be. So that's why he didn't go to the movies. But in my mind, I'm like, no, I didn't really need space. Like I said, I just needed to release all that energy at that particular moment. But after that was said and done, I'm done. Like, there's no need to hold on. I've also learned that if a particular individual does not want you, or does not care for you, or does not like you, or in any way, shape, or form, don't hold on to it. If he doesn't like you, he doesn't like you. If she doesn't like you, she doesn't like you. I mean, move on. Because there are so many other people out there that will, find you attractive or will want to cling on to you. And it would be a perfect situation to where you cling on to somebody and that person doesn't want you clinging on to them. And then somebody decides to cling on to you, and you're that person that you used to cling on to, and you're like, you don't want them to cling on to you. So it's going to happen. And you know what I'm saying? So don't cling on to anybody, because nobody in this life, in this world, is worth that. Especially if they don't want you to. If they tell you to leave them alone, or whatever the case may be, then do that. Just do that. You know? I've been a particular person that always wanted for somebody to be honest and say, hey, this is not working for me. This is not the way that it's not a us thing. It's a me thing. It's not going to work out. I've always wanted people to be honest. And I guess that's been like my most annoying part of the whole situation in dealing with people and trying to get to know them and expressing your like for them, is that they're not honest and saying to you that they don't think it's going to work out. You know what I'm saying? So you're left thinking that there's still possibility, and they're like, I'm so over it. And they're like, there's not a possibility. So it's just like, oh my God, like, why? Oh man. But anyways, yeah, this is my little quick rant video. I live today by doing my practice test to see if I can drive. And once I start driving, it's going to be a wrap. I can't wait to get my car. Oh, my God. Anyways, and I wanted to tell you guys, don't dwell and don't cling onto people that don't want to be clinged on. If that's the right way to put it. I know it's not. But anyways, it's a rainy day here in New York. I'm sitting here in my boxers, and I am breathing on my laptop right now, giving you a Leo is Reality TV video. I haven't done one in like years. I missed y'all. Later.